we are more likely to feel a lot of pressure in our life this week. And also, it seems very difficult to find a solution for a difficult situation and the conflict. Well, welcome to astrology for the 28th of April to the 4th of May. That is because on the Sunday we have new moon at the 7-degree Taurus, and this position form a fixed T-square with Mars in Leo and Pluto in Aquarius. And the fixed T-square usually look like a deadlock that difficult to move on. And also when people stay in the conflict, we have difficult to find a solution. That's because no one give away, no one give in. So everyone will stay there and hold their ground and not going to give away. So the conflict become more and more difficult to find a solution. Um, it is very easy to appear in the so-called maybe like a financial situation, relationship, and how we see the world. That's because new moon in Taurus is about the financial, the value, relationship, and also how we feel comfortable with ourselves. And the cause may be related to Mars in Leo, the creativity or proud, or maybe how we express ourselves. In another way, we have that Pluto in Aquarius. So that is about more about like a generation issue and the generation conflicts, and somehow related to crisis, how we see the world and what kind of future we want. And all these things put together, and we have difficult to, to find a resolution. And we have difficult to compromise. Well, at this moment, we have to think about it. Is that worse to to accept all this kind of a huge pressures into our life, or we can find something like, or we can let go of it. It is very difficult to let go. So we have to think about it. If we want to fight, can we fight at the same time to consider our own financial situation? Can we consider at the same time about our mental health comfortable? And can we consider about the kind of our relationship? So this T-square has a huge impact in the coming up week and even more in the coming up month. Also, between the 1st of May to the 7th of May, Pluto appears stationary. A stationary planet calls us to focus on the principle of this planet. Pluto is about crisis, about taboo, about the hiding resource. It's about our willpower. So we are going to examine all those issues, especially it is very easy from a mundane astrology view. Something may happen and then calling our attention to focus on the Pluto in Aquarius. For example, I think gender issue are very, very likely to relate it to this Pluto in Aquarius. Also, the power struggle. I think what kind of future we want. This is a huge battlefield at this moment in the geopolitics. Okay, so especially outer planet stationary are usually related to huge crises and the huge event that usually happen around this time. So be aware about conflict or the sudden change in the financial market. Okay. This week, I am going to teach the local space course on the 3rd of May, and between 2nd of May to the 4th of May, I'm going to attend the Mayo School of Astrology conference, and I'm going to teach the Saturn return on the Sunday, 4th of May. So if you are interested on this topic, please come to join us. Also, on the 7th of June, Christine Skinner is going to teach about the fifth midpoint in Academy of Astrology. So if you're interested, please contact us or go to find our website to book your place. Okay, on the 30th of April, Venus is going to move back to Aries. Well, Venus was this place around the end of February to the March, and then Venus retrograde move to Pisces. This suggests how we handling the issue or the conflict related to Venus about relationship, public relationship, value, and the finance. The general attitude are changed. Okay, the principle, how we see these things are not changed, but how we respond it, the way we respond it is going to change. So when Venus in Pisces, people respond all these questions with more, compassion, empathy, and a more gentle way. Try to adopt. But when Venus moving into Aries, when we face challenge about the financial situation, relationship, or value, or even like a gender issue, are more likely more direct. So that may be going to cause more conflict in this area. So if you face this, you have to think about it, especially when Venus is conjunct Neptune at this moment. So we can choose. We can choose to be kind, to be nice, and accept we all different. That's Venus conjunct Neptune. But some people would be more respond with more radical and a fanatic way. So which way you want to use, which way you want to apply is your choice. Okay. Toward the weekend, there is some tiny minor aspect going to appear and have a kind of a very significant impact in our life. The first is a Mars Jupiter form the semi-square. This will make us so busy together with the T square we talk about, and the T square in the new moon. This will make us very, very busy and have difficult to find the time to sort out everything, especially that deadlock look like it's not going away easily. And at the same time, we have a Mars Jupiter increase the conflict and also make us feel very, very busy and anxious. So now we need to find a solution. We need to find a solution, maybe about the focus on ourselves, focus on right now. Maybe some mindfulness technique will help us. Also, around the weekend, we have Sun semi-square Saturn. In one way, this suggests the precious stress level will go even higher. But we can also apply it in our life. How to do it? Okay, selection. Because Saturn is a barrier, we have to draw a line. We have to set a barrier in our life. So what does that mean? Okay, we have to review everything. We have to examine everything we are handling at this moment, and then decide which one are more important, which one are more urgent. We need to handle it immediately. Which one are more important? We have to do it. And those other things, okay, we have to learn, I let go. Or maybe if that's still important, but we couldn't do it on our own, maybe we need some help. We should ask for help from other people, from professional helper, or something, we can outsource it. That's another idea. Okay. So with the Sun Mars semi-square, it could increase our responsibility and the pressures. But in another way, it teaches us to draw a line, draw a boundary, and maybe hand the responsibility to other people. We don't need to take everything in. Okay, this is the astrology for the 28th April to 4th of May. And if you are interested to learn the astro map, I have a course on the 3rd of May, local space workshop. And then if you are interested in the Saturn return, I'm going to teach it on the 4th of May in Mayo School conference that is happening between 2nd to the 4th of May in Mayo School. Okay, so find our website underneath and then go to book your seat. Okay, well, see you next week. Bye-bye.